today. I think I left at about like 12, I guess, like somewhere between 11 and 12. So I was only there for the beginning of the day. I just wanted to kind of show big picture. We are almost getting back to these levels. Uh, so 280, if we get there on the SPY, that'll be a very important one to watch. And I'd be surprised if we break right through it. We might, but don't be surprised, if we sell off and come back down some, maybe to around these levels where you can see it consolidated a little bit right here. Don't be surprised if we sell off a little bit at least. Maybe not all the way down to these levels, but I doubt we break right through, but we'll see. But just something to watch. And then if you just go to 2-day, what I like to use, and then let's see, 5-minute. So I believe this morning I actually was saying something about the QQQ and someone else about the SPY, and the SPY played out better and its levels than the QQQ did. And so, yeah, I think 12 is where I left. So I'll draw, just saying that's where I was gone. So I definitely, around that time, wasn't making any more calls. But as far as like what happened this morning, morning started and we pretty much just had a sell off from open. And could you have predicted that? No, but I mean, you should have been able to honestly kind of play it. I was looking for it to go long, but the minute it sold off, that next 5-minute candle is red. I mean, that should have been a sign you could have been looking out for a reversal, but it is always hard to play the market the first couple minutes. And so, we sold off of basically, it's not exactly to the cent, but really, we pretty much sold off at this level right here from where we hit that the other day, the day before. And you really just did a repeat similar to what happened the day before. We come back down, and on the way down, you kind of test where it consolidated right there, and then the top of the range where it consolidated right there. You can see you tested the top of it right there, and right here was kind of like bouncing at the bottom of it. But really the two big ones you need is just like you have the opening candle, it breaks below it, and that's the high from yesterday. And then, it's a pretty easy, it's going down to the low from yesterday. And so it hits that almost exactly and comes right back up. And I mean, no, you probably couldn't have caught the bottom of this right here. Some computer trader could have, or if you use an algo or something that programs it where you can catch those fast drops. But you should have been able to see this reversal, and if it falls down really easily, it's going to go back up really easily. And I think I know I actually said that, like, watch this candle because this is where the drop really started. And so, as we come back up to this level, it's going to be pretty significant because that's where the drop of the thing really started. We don't go, but you can see we tested a little bit right there and then test it right back here and drop back down. But this fall was just from the high of day yesterday, and it kind of fell all the way to the low. So it's kind of a repeat of what it did the day before. Obviously not exactly a repeat, but drop a little bit, consolidate, drop all the way down. So you drop a little bit, consolidate, drop some, or not consolidate, drop some, rebound, kind of drop some, rebound, and then all the way down. And then it just, easy, like I said, easy to sell, easy to come back up. And then the QQQ, they move similarly. You have it come back down to test this level, which is what I was looking at. It didn't hit it. It didn't reverse at it exactly, but it did start to reverse at that level. And you have this big wick here that must have been very short because that didn't worry me when I was entering a trade to go long. Let me see on the 1 minute. Okay, yeah, it was a very, very short period of time because there's even a wick on the 1 minute where it went down there. But yeah, so I mean, right up near the open on these, it sold off. That is at 335. So that is still from yesterday. So similar setup. You got about the high is where it drops off from the QQQ. Really, to me, it would have been easier to play because you see, you're thinking maybe you go long here and you get out right away. And I think on the 1 minute you did well. Yeah. a little bit of time. But if you went long there, you got out right away because it's near the open. You got to be watching for that. But really, I mean, like this bounce off of this level right here couldn't have been more clear. You have that nice green or red candle, so it's going to be a reversal, and then here you do the inverse. It just bounced around a lot at open, and then this one right here, you go down. And like I told someone to go long on Facebook today. I mean, I didn't tell them, but of course, like I said, this is what I'm looking at, and if you want to make this decision, you can. But I even said, have a tight stop on it. If it breaks below this level, get out. And if I was trying to go long on the QQQ, that's what I would have done. Like this green line, right below it, I would have got out. And so, you wouldn't have lost much money here. And then on this, where the body of the candle didn't break above it, and then right here, you start to get this red candle breaking right below it, I mean, that would have been a sign to go short. And this loss right here, you should be able to get out quickly. Like the same on Facebook. Facebook I was looking at, and I did it way too fast, but I think it was this level. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. I don't have my Discord open. Yeah, I think it was around this level, but I know I told people to go, or like I was looking at going long in Facebook, and it sold off, and I was out. Some people were still in, but that's why you got to have, like, once the market starts telling you that it's reversing again, you got to either take your profit. And if you had went long, you could have taken it up here because you do start to have a sign of a reversal up here. Not the most clear sign, but pretty good sign when you get those bodies like lining up from the end of this and the beginning of this move. Now there is a wick there, so that would have been a little bit, like I said, a little bit harder to predict. But that's why you got to take profit or get out when it starts going against you, because if you just kept on holding, it just kept on going against you and kept on. And so, like, I took a little bit of a loss on Facebook, and then I went over and played the QQQ and went short, like right there, or bought puts. And, or actually, mostly I made the money off of calls right here. But I took a loss on one trade, and on the other ones I made money, is the point. And I managed my risk on the loss, so I didn't really even take a loss. Like, I think I lost, I don't know, like 5% on the trade, which, if I'm day trading, I was like 5 or 10%. If I'm day trading and entering a lot of positions, like this ride was well over that loss. This ride was well over that loss. And so if you manage your risk, you play the game a lot, and you take small losses, and you win more than you lose, and these moves are a lot bigger since I won on these and didn't have to exit them. This move is a lot bigger, this continuation, and then this reversal is a lot bigger than the little bitty, like 20 cents or 15 cents move on Facebook that I took a loss on. And so that's just like another little lesson in risk management, and that's why I don't freak out like some people do if I take a loss, because I don't put it all in one trade, and you shouldn't. But anyway, I'm not really going to go into the rest of the day because it would have been all looking in hindsight, and I was gone taking an exam, so I don't want to be one of those people that just looks in hindsight. I want to be able to kind of tell you what I really did during the middle of the day and what I had really seen, because if I just go back and look in hindsight at things that I didn't play and I wasn't watching real time, then I'll be giving you probably a different opinion than what you actually would be thinking if you were watching it real time. I want to be able to tell you how maybe your thought process should have been, or how it could have been. And, I sometimes make money off of it, so if you're going to take that advice, then take it. And that's really all that I played today. I didn't really do a whole lot of trades, like I said, because I had to leave. But if you have any questions, just ask me, as always, and hope that helps some of y'all.